Hey scholars, how you doing? I told you guys I was going to give a fun assignment during this break. And basically, they are listening skills. I've told you guys in class how important it is to listen. And I've even said the corny phrase of we have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. And as I have traversed through this world, I have found that listening skills are far more important than speaking or articulation or any other skills that you could possibly have. So we're at the juncture where I think we really need to focus on them. So I'm going to go over 10, and I just really want you to listen right now to the 10 skills that I want you to focus on. I want you to choose one to focus on for the week. And as we progress through this semester, you will choose a different skill. And then you will reflect on how successful you were or not in achieving that skill for the week. So the first one is whenever you're listening, of course, it might seem self explanatory, but you should always face the speaker. So someone's talking to you. Sometimes you guys are listening and your head's down, but the listener won't know. And this is a two-way piece of communication. So you need to make sure that you're always looking at the speaker. That's first. Second, be attentive but relaxed. So attentive, basically, when someone's paying attention, you know they're paying attention. You don't have to guess. So you're going to be attentive, but you're also going to be relaxed. When you're relaxed, it's much easier to take in information, especially new information. Three, keep an open mind. So a lot of times when we're listening to people, especially people that are presenting new ideas, our mind is not as open and we're thinking about what we want to say next. But when you're really listening, you're listening with the idea to understand. So when you're attempting to understand, you keep an open mind. Four, listen to the words and try to picture what the speaker is saying. So if you're listening, you're engaged, that's kind of automatic, but it's just something that I want you to be conscious of. That when the speaker is speaking, you are actually attempting to visualize what they're saying. Five, very important, something that happens in class that we are working on. Please do not ever interrupt and don't impose solutions. So when someone's sharing, and you know how we have our student leads, and I'm encouraging you all to have a discussion in class, it's very important to not interrupt. And that's where I'm attempting to get you all to get used to not always raising your hand. I know that's how you've been trained in the classroom, but I want you to be able to transfer these skills outside of the classroom. And when you're having discussions outside of the classroom, people are not raising their hands. So I want you all to not interrupt and not attempt to offer solutions, but just basically the goal is to understand. Make sure that you wait for the speaker to pause before you ask any clarifying questions. First of all, if you really listen, they may answer them. And secondly, you want to make sure that this is like an exchange. It's an engagement. It's two-way. So if you aren't listening, then you're more likely to interrupt. When you're really listening, you tend to interrupt less. Now, ask questions to ensure understanding. So make no assumptions. If something seems unclear, or even if you think it's clear, when you are speaking or you're responding, ask questions to make sure you're clear on the message that the speaker was attempting to deliver. 8, do everything you can to attempt to really connect, not just visualize, but connect with what the speaker's saying. Doesn't mean you agree. Doesn't mean you disagree. It just means you attempt to actually feel what they're saying so that you can, again, better understand. Because for us in our classroom, and especially in intellectual environments, for at least what I want to guide you all with, is that the goal is to understand, not to make yourself right and them wrong or vice versa. Next, make sure you are consistently engaging the speaker, and that means giving them feedback. Feedback could be in the terms of if you're paying attention, they know you're paying attention because of the body language. And then two, you may actually, and you're engaging them, whether it's through a comment or, a restating of what they're saying, you're giving them feedback so that they know that this is a connection. And then 10, pay attention to what isn't said, in those nonverbal cues. So sometimes a speaker is saying something with their eyes, with their face, with their bodies, and that will let you know how to respond or not to respond. And that's going to be another talk. Nonverbal cues. How do we know what they are? So those are the 10 listening skills that we're going to be looking at this semester. I want you to choose one now that you're going to focus on for the week. And my consideration of a week is 7 days. 7 days. And then on Google Classroom, I'm going to give you 2 opportunities to reflect, one midweek, one at the end of the week, where you actually answer some questions, where you have to reflect on your experience focusing on this listening skill. And we will discuss it uh, in a brief class discussion at the end of the time. So that's starting Monday. You're going to start with your skill on Monday. Now, no, we aren't face-to-face Monday, but you start within your home because that's where everything starts. I want you to start to work on whatever skill. I'm going to be looking for you to respond. I'm going to put it as an assignment in Google Classroom. I'm going to be looking for you to respond with which skill you're going to work on this. I will have it as an assignment in Google Classroom. And again, I will give 2 dates as to when you're going to reflect. That will also be something that I'll be looking for. So that is it for today. Again, I want you to choose one skill to focus on for the week. And I look forward to hearing your progress.